Oh my god, the sun's out again. This is so cool. At least that one walk a day now is nice looking. Hey Earthlings, welcome to day 9. My name is Sylar and I'll do a video a day until the lockdown is over so I can get better at all of this. Today it's story time because I remember I have a lot of weird, crazy, awkward, cringy stories from doing gigs for over 10 years. So I thought I'd jump in and do a couple of these. Every now and again I'll come in and do a story. Well, depending if you guys like it, I guess, because if you all hate this particular video, I'll never do it again. So the story starts, just to sort of set you up, we've had a gig in London. A friend of mine was driving. His name is Niall. I'll put him on the screen at some point so you can know who I'm talking about. And he had a minor crash with a car in London. Nothing bad, it was all fine, we were all fine. That's just sort of the setup. This is unrelated for now. 2 weeks later, we have to drive to Sheffield for a wedding. Now, we lived about 4-hour drive away, about that from the wedding. So we get on the motorway, we drive for about 2.5 hours, I'd say, and then we're meant to get off the motorway on a smaller road to get to the venue and all that stuff. As soon as we get off the motorway, loads of smoke just starts coming out of the car, from under the hood basically. And of course we instantly panic and we find a lay-by to park. We park the car there, and at this point we're panicking because we have to get to the wedding within the next 30 minutes or something like that. Now at this point I realize we have to contact the bride and groom, let them know what's happened, right? Now the thing is, it wasn't the bride or groom that hired me for the show, it was the father of the bride. We were friends on Twitter and he said if I ever get something to book you for, I will. And 2-3 years later he actually booked me for his daughter's wedding, which is awesome, separate, but awesome on its own, right? So I call him up and I'm like, look, this is what's happened. We're stuck here. He's like, don't worry about it. I know exactly where you are. I'm gonna send a taxi over to get you, right? And I'm like, cool, okay. This is interesting. Thank you for that, I guess, you know? And he sends a taxi. We get to the place. I pay for the taxi. And the place wasn't the venue. The wedding venue. It was actually his house. And the taxi drops us outside of his house. He leaves, this is insane, listen to this. He leaves his car outside of his house, unlocked, with the keys inside and money, so we can go put some petrol into the car and then use the car to drive to the wedding. How crazy is that, right? So now we're like, cool, let's just take the car, take everything and run away, right? But then we thought, nah, being criminals wouldn't be fun and we wouldn't really make a lot of money. So we decided to just be nice people. We took the car, went, filled it up with petrol, drove to the wedding, performed to the wedding. It was fantastic. Everybody loved me. Classic stuff. If you want to see some people reacting at weddings, at the magic that I do, my series Alien Diaries is in my playlist. You can watch all of that obviously if you want. So at this point we finish the wedding and we have to see how are we gonna get back. Like, keep in mind, this was over 10 years ago. I didn't do a lot of shows every week. I was still working. None of us had any money to like return from Sheffield with a train or anything like that. It was ridiculously expensive. So we finally managed to call AA, and somebody came and picked us up. But before somebody came to pick us up, somebody came in just to have a look at the car. Obviously, it was too bad for it to still be fixed. So somebody had to come pick us up with the car. Now, the reason why I opened with the story in the beginning is because even though the hood from the 2 weeks ago accident in London was fixed, the hood actually pierced something in the engine. So then, because of that crash 2 weeks before, this happened. So the the van guy shows up, looks at the car, he's like, yeah, I can't fix it, we'll have to send a lorry for you. We're like, cool, what time is that gonna arrive? We don't know, several hours. Keep in mind, we're still 3-4 hours away from our house anyway. So at this point, we're like, okay, we have to wait 2-3 hours for this guy. There's nothing we can do. We looked it up, there was a petrol station within walking distance. Our plan, go to the petrol station, buy some alcohol, get drunk, fall asleep on the way back, and there you go, good trip, right? Well, our plan completely failed because we got to the petrol station at 1 minute past 12, and legally she can't sell us alcohol after 12 o'clock. And obviously she had a CCTV camera, all of that stuff. We were like, please, we're just gonna be bored for 3 hours. Just give us some alcohol so we can get drunk. No. So we had to wait until, I think it was about 3 o'clock in the morning. Lorry came to pick us up, dropped us off somewhere else where another lorry picked us up, and then that eventually dropped us off home. So, I mean, if we ever meet up, ask me about this story, because there's certain details that I didn't want to put in the video for, I'm terrified for them to be in the video reasons. So if you want to know the full story, please ask me next time. Okay, so thanks for coming back for day 9, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed this silly story. I have a bunch from weddings, corporate events, all of that stuff. I think the ones that I'll tell you about is the 2-3 kids parties I did. And one of them I was tricked into doing. I didn't know it was a kids party until I got there. So yeah, that's a bit of sizzle for you. Maybe I'll do that in the next couple of days. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share. I want to get to 1,000 subscribers so I can do a live magic show on YouTube. So please help me out with that. See you later. Goodbye.